Hello, welcome to our webinar on the SiteSwan website reseller program. I'm Justin, one of the co-founders here, and I just learned that while I was warming up, one of my associates is able to hear me. So all the weird sounds I was making and everything all came through nice and loud for him. That's awesome. I'm very excited to get this going here with you all today and answer your questions about SiteSwan and what makes this such a great platform and opportunity to build and sell websites to small businesses in your area. If this is going to go like any of our other previous sessions, I will say there will be a lot of questions. So I don't want you to waste any time getting into them. And I will also note that when you post a question, only you can see the question. You're not going to be able to see other people's questions, and they can't see your questions. And when we read off the questions, we're not going to say who asked the question. We might use your first name, but that's about it. So if it's a silly question or a question that you feel like you should know the answer to, don't be shy, just post it. We're not going to make fun of you, I promise. First, however, I do want to learn a little bit about all of you. So if you can please let me know the city and state you're attending from. And to do that, there is a questions tab, should be on the right side of your screen, that will allow you to post a question. Just give me a city and state if you don't mind. Also, I'm going to launch a poll that's going to allow you to tell me a little bit about yourself, so that we can understand everyone who is in the room today. Let me get that going right now. It's basically asking you if you consider yourself an entrepreneur or an agency, and whether you think you might be able to sell websites to small businesses on a part-time or full-time basis. We do want to get a feel for who is with us today, and we thank you all for responding so we can have a better understanding about our client base here. All right, so while you get that going, I'm gonna move on to the next slide here just to kind of kick things off. I will be sure to let you know the results of this poll. And for those of you who have not yet replied, please give me a city and state. We'd love to know where we're all coming from today. All right, first, a little bit about SiteSwan as my screen gets all jammed up. Come on, screen, transition. Come on. All right, if you're seeing like half of the next slide like I think you are, my apologies, but hopefully that'll get fixed. First, a little bit about SiteSwan. SiteSwan is a website design business in a box. Yes, we've built the most powerful website building platform specifically designed for small businesses, but we're so much more than that. The reason we say business in a box is because we give you everything you need to start, run, and grow your web design business. We're the only platform for building sites that helps you identify those businesses that need a website and gives you the tools to acquire and retain clients and lets you instantly create fully responsive, fully functional sites in seconds without coding and lets you bill your customers automatically and keep track of client payments. It's literally everything you need. Now, we launched SiteSwan back in 2011, and we are 100% committed to the growth and success of our clients and resellers. I got to stop for a second, guys. Can you see my screen? Just give me a yes or no. You should be able to see blue screen, white text. If you can't, please let me know that, because I'm seeing something really funky on my end, and I just want to be sure that we're all looking at the same thing. All right, I got a response, no. Not sure what that means, as in you cannot see my screen, just partial screen. Wonderful. You know, we try to give these platforms a chance to work the way they should, and then we have issues like this. Bear with me just a second, guys, while I try to fix this up a little bit. All right, I think I just fixed it. And if it happens again, I will try and do whatever I just did to fix it again. All right, cool. So as I was saying, we launched SiteSwan back in 2011, and we are 100% committed to the growth and success of our clients / resellers. We're headquartered here in Long Island, New York, and all of our development, coding, sales, everything is done right here in the US. You have a high quality platform built from the ground up by people who are passionate about helping small businesses grow. Now let's discuss what's on the agenda for today. To kick things off and to get your wheels turning, I'm going to answer some of the questions that we've received during previous sessions that it seems like everyone seems to have. So this will save you from having to type in those more obvious questions. Then, because can I see how the system works is such a popular question, we'll do a short platform demo and show you exactly how easy and cool it is. Then we'll talk about the cost and how to get started. And then we'll talk about all your questions, make sure those get answered. So with that, looks like my screen is messing up again. And we will begin getting to the questions that are probably on your mind. Please, please work this time. Please work. Oh my gosh, we're really having a tough time here today, guys. Give me a second while I see if I can fix this one more time. My gosh. All right, let's see if this does any better. All right. So the first question we'll always seem to get is, why should I sell websites? And why now? What's the opportunity? So to answer that question, let's start out with a very simple premise that every small business needs a website. I think we're all in agreement on that. These days, if a business doesn't have a website, it's almost as bad as not having a phone number. But shockingly, about 50% of the businesses in the US have a website. So of the 28 million small businesses in the US, half of them, or 14 million, don't have one. And they need one, they want one, but here's the thing, they don't want to do it themselves. You've probably seen the commercials on TV, heard the commercials on the radio for do-it-yourself website builders that speak directly to the small business owner. Well, guess what? They don't want that. Business owners don't want that. Those systems are not easy to use. And business owners, especially those running real businesses, don't have the time, patience, knowledge, or interest in building their own website. They don't care how cheap it is or how cheap they believe it to be, because of those advertised prices, they tend to triple or quadruple after the first 7-day promotional period. But they would much rather hire someone with experience to do it for them. So why don't they? Because traditional web design is way too expensive. A typical web design firm will charge a pizzeria, for example, $3,000 or more to launch a website. And there's lots of companies with minimum monthly fees of like $200 a month. It's ridiculous. You don't need to be charging these kinds of prices if you can efficiently build the sites and efficiently manage them. There's a huge profit margin here, and that's where SiteSwan comes in. Our resellers use the SiteSwan platform to build agency quality websites at do-it-yourself prices. The perfect balance. A business owner gets a great looking site that they didn't need to build themselves at a price they can easily afford and say yes to very quickly. So to say it differently, SiteSwan lets you offer everything a small business needs at a price they can actually afford. This isn't some cheap, sloppy website that, the high school kid down the block slapped together after school one day. You're able to create a website on the same level as a $3,000 website for a fraction of the cost. You're offering your clients a beautiful site design where they have a login to make content updates and changes whenever they want, all while being mobile ready for a seamless experience on any device. Real-time statistics are built in so you and your client can track site usage. SiteSwan sites are all optimized for getting first page local search engine results, and our cool social media integration lets businesses connect their Facebook, Twitter, etc. accounts with their site. All the pieces are here to wow your small business clients. Now let's move into the next question. What makes SiteSwan platform so special? Well, let's take a look at some of the key advantages of the platform. Let's start with prospecting, the first stage of the sales process. Oftentimes, finding potential customers is the hardest part of starting any business. But with SiteSwan, we eliminate that problem with our local prospecting tool. Simply put in your town or city and a keyword or business category, and our local prospecting tool instantly produces a list of all the businesses in your area, showing you which have sites and which don't. And we give you their contact info and the ability to see if their current site is mobile optimized or not. Another key advantage is our 100 plus professionally designed industry specific themes. We have stunningly beautiful site designs pre-built for everything from salons to electricians to veterinarians and much more. And the best part about these is our one-click site creation, where you just choose a theme, click create site, and that's it. It's really amazing. And every site you create is mobile friendly right out of the gates. The technical term is fully responsive, which means every site you create will look great on every type of device, operating system, etc. Now, every site you create or build is hosted on our premium, super reliable, super secure cloud hosting environment at no additional charge. In fact, every site you create will also be issued an SSL certificate and will be using industry-leading security encryption for all data transfers. Knowing the technology is there for you is the key, but you also need to be able to effectively sell the sites, which is why we provide you with sales and marketing material templates like brochures, infographics, sell sheets, sales scripts, even your own marketing website, so you can tell the world that you sell websites now. And if and when you need our help, our top-rated training and support is available to our resellers. From online support to live weekly webinars, we've got you covered from day 1 through day 1,000. Finally, one of the biggest advantages of the SiteSwan platform, our system is 100% white label, which means no one will ever know that you're using SiteSwan. This remains kind of our little secret so that your competitors will be left guessing how you're pumping out such beautiful website designs at such a competitive price point. So I'm going to guess that your next question is, well, how does this all work? So we've laid out a quick path to success here for you. Start by joining the SiteSwan Reseller Program, and you get instant access to the website building platform and all of the sales and marketing resources that we give you. Next, start signing up local businesses using the local prospecting tool to find the best candidates to approach first. Then, build out awesome sites in seconds for all the businesses who need a site or a new site without ever touching a line of code. And all that's left is to close the sale, collect the credit card, charge your customers an upfront fee and a recurring monthly fee right from your SiteSwan dashboard. So here's a big question that always comes up. How do you make money? Well, I want to start by stressing that you're in complete control over how you charge your clients. You set your own prices, set your own plans. They can be anything you want. There's no minimums, there's no maximums, but you should be charging, in our opinion, an upfront setup fee to design the site, which is typically between $300 and $2,000, as well as a monthly service fee, usually between $29 and $100 per month. Whatever you decide to charge, though, you keep 100% of the revenue. To top it off, as I mentioned before, you can run your client credit cards right from the SiteSwan dashboard and set up automatic monthly or yearly billing. And if you're like most of our resellers, you use website sales to get the relationship started with small businesses and offer them complimentary and upsell services to build up your recurring monthly revenue with them, like the built-in reputation management service, which I will highlight in a few minutes. Taking a SiteSwan coffee break real quick. By the way, we're doing a special promotion involving that coffee cup, which I'll talk about later. Stay tuned for that. All right, so now you know how to make money, but how much are we really talking here? So our minimum suggested retail price for the design and the setup fee is $499. And the minimum suggested retail price for the monthly fee is $50 per month. Even with this rock bottom pricing strategy, you'll achieve profitability selling just 3 sites. If you sold just 2 websites per week, you'd earn over $70,000 in your first year. If you sold 3 websites per week, you'd earn over $100,000 in your first year. You'd be generating $7,800 a month of residual income. That's monthly, recurring, locked-in revenue that you can count on month after month, year after year, and I can tell you from firsthand experience, once you get a customer on board, the statistics are highly in your favor that you'll have them for a really long time. Retention rate is phenomenal with small business websites built on SiteSwan, because as long as they like their site, it's working for them, and they like you have nothing to worry about. So now the question on your mind, I'm guessing, is, can I really create beautiful sites that quickly that I can afford to only charge $4.99 up front, $50 a month? Let me prove it to you. So for those of you who did not, hopefully my screen has resolved itself because we're about to go into a platform demo. For those of you who put in a city and state before, I encourage anyone else who did not to put in your city and state now into the questions box. Again, no one is seeing your questions, so whatever you type in, only you can see. I want to be able to get a demonstration live of what it looks like to search through an area that one of you provide for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to attempt to change my screen to something else. Let's see if this happens. Let's see. Sorry guys, bear with me while I try to get this up. All right, if I do this, and if I do this, if I do this, and then that, maybe this will work. Nope, it's getting all jammed up again. Hold on a second, guys. God, this is not fun. Okay. Okay. Hopefully this will work. All right, so you guys put in some cities and states. Thank you. That was a very good response I got from you all. I appreciate that. I'm going to kind of choose one I've never done before. I see Orlando. Yeah, I've done that one before. I see LA. All right, let's get a little bit, let's have some fun here. I've never researched this town in New Hampshire, Laconia. Laconia. I don't know why I'm saying it with my Italian accent. Maybe it's not pronounced that way. Maybe it's Laconia. I don't know. Let's go to the prospecting tool. And for our location, we'll put in Laconia, New Hampshire, and select it from the drop-down list. Now, when I do this, I can then accompany my search with a keyword or industry term. But for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to click search and show you what it looks like to do an open-ended search, where we'll show you all the names of the businesses locally, the phone number, the address, and the website if they have one, along with the ability to check their mobile site. So right from here, you can get a feel for where your opportunities are. And I can't stress this enough, that I am going to practically guarantee that about 50%, as much as 60% of your first 30 clients are going to be folks who have already got a website. Because if we go through this and start clicking on all of these links, I promise you're going to find some really old looking sites or some sites that are severely overpriced, sites that look like they might have been built a long time ago, sites that clearly need an update. All of these things result in you having an opportunity to sell someone a new site, which sometimes even can be even easier than selling someone their first site. But regardless, you have pages and pages of content that you can go through and even check what the mobile version of the site looks like, because for a lot of folks who've got a site, if they have a crummy mobile experience, they might as well not have a site, because about 50% of small business website traffic comes from a mobile device. So it's super, super important that everyone's got a mobile responsive site. Now, one of the things I like to do, and I'm going to do this in a new tab here, is look at my Create New Site screen. We're constantly pumping out new themes. These themes are going to be beautiful website concepts for all different types of businesses. And sometimes I'll refer to this as a way to figure out where my best opportunities are to create a new site. Sometimes also, if I feel like I really like a particular theme, I might try to focus on getting 1 or 2 or 5 clients in that industry so that I can use a theme that I really like and pump out really nice looking websites. So let's do, because I kind of like this one. This is a really nice theme we put together, carpet cleaning, and also really a great industry to go after. So I'm going to put in carpet cleaning into this search box, click search. Now we're going to narrow down our search in Laconia and find businesses who we feel are a good fit for carpet cleaning. So once again, I can click on all the folks who have websites already. But one of the other things I can do is certainly just go and dive into anyone who does not have a website. So like for this company, Jurian's, I'm just going to go ahead and click Create Site. And then from my new site screen, I'm going to make sure I click that theme that we saw before, and then click Create Site. So all I have to do to create a beautiful website for Jerry Ann's cleaning service is do what I just did, which was find them, choose a theme, and click Create Site. The system is now generating a homepage design for this business with all publicly available information about the business, including the address, map with directions, hours of operation, social media connections, all the key information that you would need to pump into a site to personalize it for your client. Now, by the time this bar goes from the left to the right side of your screen, that's all it takes to pump out a beautiful homepage design, something that right now you'll be able to copy and paste the URL and share it in a text message, in a Facebook message, in an email. You can read it off to them over the phone, or you can visit your client today with a mask on perhaps, with a laptop or a tablet, and show them all the really hard work that you put into putting together a homepage design for their business. Meanwhile, obviously, you're not actually doing a lot of work. The whole idea here is what we call the show and sell technique. And for all you salespeople out there who are on this call today who have ever sold anything, you know better than anyone that the ability to sell something that your client can touch and feel and interact with, that they can see and envision themselves owning, is the absolute most powerful thing you can have in the sales process. Because if you're trying to sell something sight unseen, you're requiring the client to use their imagination. With this, there is no imagination required. So when I click preview, I get a site, a screen that looks like this. Shows me how the site looks on multiple different devices, which is also pushing and promoting the fact that this is a fully responsive site that looks and works great on every type of device. Now, what I want to try and convey to you is that when you're presenting this to your client, and by the way, we have kind of a script or a formula for how to present a homepage design, which we introduce you to when you sign up. You're going to walk them through all the things that are highlighted specifically for their industry. And look, because a typical carpet cleaning company does more or less the same thing from one to the next, you can rely on the content that we give you in the theme as being accurate for what your client does. Now, of course, if they say to you something like, oh, yeah, we don't do mattress cleaning, that's a service that we don't provide. Okay, no problem. Is there another service that you do that you would like to feature in its place? So it's not a problem if you run into a client situation where there's information on here that's not 100% accurate. Sometimes having inaccurate information is actually an asset to you during the sales process, because once they start making changes to it, they're actually starting to take ownership of it. And you can capitalize on that and leverage that to close the deal. But as you can see here, we have really nice written content, all laid out beautifully with professional photography and imagery that's specifically designed to wow and impress someone who is looking for these types of services, including ways to capture client information when they come to the site, and of course, all of the client's most important contact information. So without literally doing any work, you've got a really great looking site that's ready to sell right now. Of course, if they say, well, my colors are, blue and yellow as opposed to the red here, that's not a problem. You can easily go in and modify those colors in just a couple of clicks to be able to customize the site for your customer. Now, one of the other things I want to highlight is that, obviously they're going to be impressed with what you've put together here. And this is going to be a relatively easy sale, because what's not to like about this and what's not to like about your price point? We've taken the guesswork out of populating the site with content. That's why all of our new themes come with 5 or 6 pages of content, exactly what a typical carpet cleaning company might need when it comes to a professional website that talks about what they do. So you have an About Us page with all the right calls to action and proper photography, a list of services that breaks out everything they do in great detail. You have a gallery page and even a contact page in this example that once again is giving a typical carpet cleaning company exactly what they need out of an informational lead generating website. So that's the way the platform works when it comes to creating these sites and presenting them and selling them to your clients. All the changes that you make are done from an administrative interface with tabs up top and our content creation toolbox, making it really easy to swap out imagery, to swap out content, add additional information, add coupons or discounts or testimonials or galleries or email forms, social media feeds, you name it. Anything a typical small business owner needs out of a website. Back in your dashboard, all of your sites are located in one place. So you can quickly dive in and out of your client's sites in seconds. This allows you to, if you happen to have one of those days where you get a few client requests to update their site at the same time, you can dive in and out of any of these sites by clicking on the links, making your changes, and diving into the next site, making it very easy to manage lots of sites. Our platform is all about scalability. We're not really for people who just want to sell one or two sites to small businesses. We're here for people who want to sell dozens, if not hundreds, of websites to small businesses and collect the recurring revenue from each and every one. Now, right from your dashboard, and let's just take this example here that we just built a site for, Jerry Ann's. We presented the homepage design. She liked what it looked like. She wants to make some changes to colors, but overall, she's happy. So that's when you ask for the sale. And the really cool thing about asking for the sale is that you can, right from your dashboard, choose the plan that they signed up for, the price point they agreed to, and then complete the transaction right from your dashboard. You put in their credit card number and you complete the order right from here. Or if you're doing this over the phone or whatever the case may be, you can actually send the client a page, a link that they can submit their credit card safely and securely from their own device, so that you have the ability to collect payment information without having to have that transaction over the phone. So we're trying to make this as easy as possible for you to not only sell the sites, but also to collect the payment for the sites, because ultimately you're here for the money, most likely. And we want to make it easy as possible for you to get that. Now, what's cool is you can also grant login access for your clients, although lots of people usually wait for the client to ask for that before they do that. And we also have built-in reputation management, which is an additional service that you can sell, which I'll get into later if the questions come up about it. But it's a great way to double or triple the amount that you're charging your clients on a monthly basis for a really powerful add-on service that is 100% hands-off in terms of what you have to do on a weekly, daily, or monthly basis. It's all automated and it's very high profit margins. So that's built in as well. Now, some of the resources that you have access to are right here. And this is all from day one. So not only are we giving you during this time some COVID resources you can offer to your clients for free, that's going to show them that you care about how their reopening and their safety and health concerns are addressed with patrons coming in their business. We have helpful material that explains the difference between a site that's sold by you as opposed to a do-it-yourself site or a site sold by a major agency. We have ways to overcome an objection regarding, someone who thinks their Facebook page is their website. Ways that you can help people understand why they need a website, even if they're super busy or if they've been in business for 35 years. Every business needs a website no matter what. And we're prepared to help you address those questions and concerns head on. Lots of stuff is available to you from here from day one, so that you can immediately hit the ground running, including your own marketing website. So this is something we put together for you and drop into your account shortly after you sign up, so that you can effectively tell the world you sell websites now and be in total control over how people are perceiving your brand. So All this is built in, all this you get right from the outset, and you can even add additional users to your account so that they can manage different aspects of your account. And everything is right here and very straightforward and easy to understand. So I'll swing back around to this in a little bit if need be. I want to finish up talking about some of the things. I see you guys posting questions, so I do want to make sure we get to those. Let me transition my screen back to where we were, which is going to be hit or miss. Bear with me a second here. Let's see if this does it. All right. I think that worked. All right. So let's quickly talk about what's included. So with SiteSwan, you're essentially getting a web design business in a box, which consists of our proprietary, custom-built, easiest to use responsive website builder, packed with 100+ custom themes for tons of industries. Your very own marketing website, so you can tell the world you're selling websites now to small businesses. Lots of sales and marketing materials like I just showed you that help you sell more sites more efficiently. Personalized sales and product training. Super reliable 24/7 online and email support. Your own reseller dashboard where you manage your clients from. Discounts on our We Build It For You design service. All the secure cloud hosting for every site in your account. The privilege of having a solution that's white labeled, totally branded for you. And the freedom to set your own prices. Of course, with the ability to charge your customers those prices from your dashboard. All of this with no royalties, no contracts, no franchise fees of any kind. All you pay is one flat, low monthly fee, and that's it. How much exactly? Let's discuss that now. So you have 3 plans to choose from. I'll start from the left. Our starter plan is $149 per month, includes the ability to build, sell, manage, and host up to 10 sites. However, I have to point out this plan does not have the local prospecting tool, which lets you search and see which businesses in your area do or do not have a website or client billing. But for only $50 more, the agency plan is $199 a month, includes the ability to build, sell, manage, and host up to 20 sites, plus the local prospecting tool. I'll be honest with you, lots of people choose to start with this plan because not only do you get to build double the amount of sites, but you get local prospecting, you get client billing, you get access to HTML, all that's included and only $50 more. Eventually, you'll upgrade to the Pro plan. It's not a requirement, but obviously if you take this seriously, you probably will end up there. That gives you the ability to build, sell, manage, and host up to 100 sites. I don't recommend starting at this level unless you have a lot of sites you're looking to transition from another platform, or if you have a plan in place to grow very, very quickly from the outset. That's why most people will start in the middle at the agency plan. At any time, you can review the plans in greater detail. Make your decision by going to joinsiteswan.com to get started. All right, now let's get to your questions because I keep hearing them in my ear that you guys are posting them, so that's a good thing. I'm sure I addressed a lot of your questions up to this point, but I know there are others. So I'm going to turn my attention over to the questions now. I'll answer whatever's on your mind again. Only you can see your questions well, and me, and Mark. That's it. No one else. So ask whatever you want. We will dive in and only address you by first name so no one has to know the questions you are asking. All right. So it looks like we have got a couple of people who are already active resellers. Thank you for being a part of the SiteSwan family already. How'd you sneak into this? This is not for you, but that's okay. Welcome, and thanks for being a part of this. If you have questions, just let us know. All right. Sorry for the screen problems. I see a lot of you were mentioning that. Okay. So someone asked, how do I justify $499 for the setup when I present the spec site when it's all done? That was from Kevin. How do I justify the upfront fee for the setup when I present the spec site? So Here's the deal. When you're selling a site to a small business, $4.99 is very, very, very small in terms of a price point to get a site off the ground. Very, very fair, very reasonable. Some people actually might look at you a little funny when you tell them that $4.99 is the entire setup fee, because they're used to getting quotes for 5 or 6 times that. Okay, but to justify the setup fee, you know, they do not know that you're using a system like ours to build their site. And heck, even if it did come out that you know, they did find out, it's not like you're getting this for free. Okay, you have costs associated with this platform. I don't think at any point you should be shy about charging. You have nothing to be shy about if you're charging $499 to get a site off the ground, because it doesn't stop, quite honestly, with just the theme. You're going to have a client say to you, or you might have a client say to you things like, I demonstrated before, I don't do mattress cleaning, but I do this instead. And my colors are blue and yellow as opposed to red. And I'd also like to talk about our company mascot, my dog, who comes in all the jobs with us to pee on your rug before we clean it. You know, like, I don't know. So, and they want a page devoted to their dog. Great, okay? Stuff like that is going to be required of you. Will it take, you know, a lot of your time to do? No, it won't. It might take you a couple of hours. It might take you from the time that they first send you their information to, you know, when you send it back to them to get their feedback on it. It might take a week's time. And certainly your time is worth something. So, you know, don't minimize the value of having a beautiful website that's effective in the hands of your customer. All right, someone is asking, this is Kimball, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, can you please show the website that you tell your clients to visit? So when you are showing site off to your client, and let me once again transition my screen, fingers crossed this isn't gonna totally be a disaster. Hold on. God, I've got to get this fixed. Okay. So this right here, this URL that appears in your dashboard, this is what you're going to show to your client. Some people will even send the preview link, which shows how the site looks on multiple different devices, so they can dive into, you know, just one of these views at a time if they want to. Unless they are logged into the dashboard, meaning unless they stole your SiteSwan login credentials, they're not going to see the administrative functionality that I was demonstrating earlier. They're not going to be able to change the layout of the site, change the design elements, modify the content. They don't see any of that unless you specifically grant them access. So in other words, if I took this URL, okay, that we're on right now, that we see these administrative functions, and I copy this and paste it into a different browser window that I'm not logged into SiteSwan in, it's going to be the public version of the site, meaning without the administrative controls. I hope that's what you were asking, and or that I answered your question. John is asking, can you tell me about the servers, type of servers, location of servers, backup of servers, etc.? Sure. We have a huge corporate hosting account with Rackspace and Amazon Web Services. We don't just have like a stack of servers, or, you know, in a closet somewhere. We have hundreds of thousands of visitors coming to our sites every minute. So we have to have a robust server infrastructure. And look, we take the responsibility of hosting all these sites very seriously, which is why we partner with folks like Rackspace and Amazon. We have phenomenal uptime. We have triple redundancy on our servers. We have load balancers that adjust as need be. When traffic gets a little high in certain parts of the country, we can shift things around dynamically. I would venture to say that if you're with us for the next 10 years, you won't have a minute of downtime, because that's about what we've experienced over the last 10 years or so since our inception. So we assuming you were going down that path in terms of your inquiry, and that's the basis for your concern, I want to assure you we've had an excellent history of always being up, always having sites up. The same individual, John, is saying, I think I could use your last name, at least the last name you submitted. We build it for you discounts. What is that about? So our themes are really great for getting beautiful sites off the ground quickly. But if you're building, as I maxed out my demo account here, you know what? It'd be nice if I prepared a little bit better for today's session. So our Create New Site screen has lots of different themes that you can start off with. But if you're looking for creating a site for a business that we don't have a theme for because they're super unique, you're going to have to create one yourself or modify an existing theme. And that means swapping out photos and imagery, swapping out content that applies to what the business is going to need or want out of a website. If, for some reason, you don't want to go through that process, or you don't have the time, or you just want us to do it professionally, we charge a one-time fee of $99 to do a homepage design specifically for any business you want to create a site for. So it'll be just a homepage, but we will do the work, again, specifically for that business. The other thing I can tell you is that when we put out new themes, which we do regularly, we produce those themes based almost entirely on what our active resellers are asking for in themes. So we don't just say, oh, I think we should do a theme for a catwalking service. No, we listen to what you guys are asking for, and that's what we build themes around. So if you see an opportunity in a market, we don't have a theme for it, we would love to hear that from you and certainly work to get that toward the top of our list for new themes. All right. Kevin is asking, is my webpage a subdomain or can I use my own URL? You can absolutely use your own URL. Your marketing site is your site, and this should be your own .com, .net, or .org. If you guys don't have a domain name already, you can certainly buy one from anywhere or our recommended vendor, which is cheapandeasydomains.com. We happen to feel their interface is easy, prices are cheap, and well, I guess that makes sense based on their name. So this would be an option for you of where to purchase a domain name from. Side note, I don't know why I'm getting into this, but when you're selling sites, if your client doesn't have a domain name already, it's a lot quicker and easier for the purposes of getting the sale to secure a domain name on their behalf. And then just keep it in your account. Keep all your client domains in one account along with your own. You can register it in their name, meaning they have ownership of it, but technically you're the one paying for it. You're the one managing it. You're the one making sure it renews every year so that you never get a phone call from a client saying, hey, my site's down, what's going on? And you have to explain to them, yeah, you let your domain expire. So that's why. And then you have to get involved in something that's ultimately not your fault. So that's just a side note there. All right. Someone is saying, what is the promotion you promised me about the coffee mug? Okay. So that's a good time for a coffee break. What we're doing is this is a huge incentive, guys, huge. Anyone who signs up with us before the end of this month is going to get this SiteSwan coffee mug. Not this one, not exactly this one, but a new one. It'll be new. It'll be never drank from, but it'll be this style. Very good. I highly recommend it. You don't have to put a discount code in or anything or special or whatever. You'll just get one. I promise. It'll come in the mail. Next question is, what is the best way? Kemball's answer is, I skipped over one. Hector said, how can I integrate the customer's bank account? Michael, the water in this mug tastes so good. Thank you for asking. If you do choose to put water in it, it keeps it really crisp. Hector is saying, how can I integrate the customer's bank account to take payments? Or Square, do they have to use PayPal? How can I integrate the customer's bank account to take payments? Okay, I don't know exactly what you're asking. I might need clarification. If you're talking about collecting payment from your customers, it's got to be with a credit or debit card. We use we require that you have an account with Stripe, STRIPE. That's the payment processor that we use. Um, Now, if your client wants to collect payment on their website for stuff that they're selling, we do have e-commerce capabilities, and that we use PayPal with. So integration with PayPal that works really, really good, super, super easy. And in that case, people who come to your client's website would be able to pay for whatever goods or services are being sold via credit, debit, or PayPal. So regardless of what the question actually was, hopefully I answered it. Kemble is saying, thank you for answering my question. No problem. Another question, what is the best way to contact prospects based on your experience? The best way to contact prospects is going to be dependent on your personality type. I know you're like, oh, it's a wishy-washy answer. No, I mean, seriously, because I've talked to some people who are horrible on the phone. I've talked to people who are just not people persons. People persons? I'm not sure what the right phrase is, but they're just not good in face-to-face interactions. So you have to do what works for you. If you can blow through 10 calls in a row on the phone and you feel comfortable and confident on the phone, do that. If you're the type of person who can type away really fast and shoot off some emails to businesses, or you're a social media person and you can shoot off links and inquiries via Facebook Messenger and Instagram direct messages and things like that, then do that. There's really no wrong answer about how to contact clients, but I think if you tried all of them, you're going to realize very quickly which one is right for you and which is truly the most effective for you. Bezrick is asking, this name sounds very familiar. You might be an active client if I'm not mistaken. Bezrick is asking, what about appointments solution integration? So when we hear about appointments solutions, it usually means like a salon is trying to accept appointments or something like that. And if that's the case, what's surprising to a lot of people is that a typical salon or anyone who deals with appointments today, dentist office, whatever, they have a system that manages appointments currently. It's usually computer based. And almost always, that computer system has an online component that can be bolted on or linked to or added onto any website because they want the salon to continue using that platform and they want to make it easy as possible for them to leverage that technology on their website. So that's going to be your first step. Inquire with the salon owner, hey, what system are you using for appointment setting? Do you see anything that allows you to do appointment setting through a website? Contact your software manufacturer, ask them about that. They might have a solution for you. If on the off chance they don't, we have several support articles that talk about how to add scheduling to your client sites. Very simple using some quick, often free third-party services. Hector is asking, can I add active videos to the sites, meaning a video playing in the background while the customer is viewing, let's say, the homepage? Yeah, of course you can. And I'll quickly just try and demonstrate this, although going to YouTube Live is probably a bit of a risk, but close your eyes and let's just see if we could find something about carpet cleaning. Let's see, carpet cleaning, carpet cleaning, carpet cleaning. What doesn't, okay, how about this one? So I don't know what this actually is, but so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this URL for this video and I'm gonna go back into my site, and you asked about like a homepage, so let's do that, right? So this is a homepage for a carpet cleaning company, and I'm just gonna click on the option that says row, and I'm gonna choose to remove this image and instead add a video. I'm just gonna paste in the URL that I just copied and then click OK. And there we go. So now we have a video playing live on the home screen of this carpet cleaning company. So to answer your question as directly as I possibly can and prove it to you, yes, you can totally do that. Okay. Let's see. If a customer, These are jumping around for some reason. That's weird. Vince, I think, is asking this. If a customer wants a new site and has his own domain, how do I get the domain switched from his old site to the new site I built? That is incredibly simple. It takes 2 minutes. You just get their login information, follow the steps we provide you, and you point it over. It's a non-issue. John is saying about the mug. I'm going to give you a few $100 to do business, so I kind of bought that mug. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Though it's it's easily worth just alone a few $100, really, in my opinion. Someone's asking about you promised to talk about reputation management. Michael said this. Can you show us a little bit about that? Yes. I mean, at this point, I was really hoping to stay as on topic as I could. I will quickly talk about reputation management, and then we can circle back around. I see a follow-up question on the videos. Hector said, does it have to be YouTube video? Look, any video that's worth putting on a website better be on YouTube, okay? Or Vimeo. It's got to be. Because then people can actually find it somewhere else other than their website. Don't make someone come to your website to find a video. It should exist elsewhere, like YouTube. YouTube, did you know, by the way, YouTube is the #2 search engine now behind Google. Isn't that bizarre? So every video should be on YouTube. Now, reputation management. So the really cool thing about reputation management is that you can actually sell a completely different service to any of your website clients that is 100% hands off. And I'll show you what it looks like really quick. So it's a two-part thing. And let me just preface it with this. What is reputation management? Reputation management is a business's ability to stay on top of what's being said about them online, because every half a star rating up or down has a huge impact on the public perception of their business. So every business owner needs to be highly aware of what's being said about them online and be able to monitor what's being said about them so that they can adjust their business model and or respond to what people are saying as soon as humanly possible. So how do you stay on top of all the different things that are being said about your business everywhere across the internet? And that is with the report that you can offer your clients to be sent on a monthly, weekly, or daily basis. This report can pop up in their inbox as frequently as you want it to, with all the updates, all the reviews in reverse chronological order, the average star rating, the total number of reviews, the reviews broken down by star rating, and the reviews broken down by source. This is a great way to help the client every morning recap what's been said about their business in the last 24 hours. The second part of this service is, I'm just going to show you a quick example of what it looks like, the ability to leave a review or capture new reviews. So the most important thing about capturing your reviews is to make sure that the reviews that go public are 4- and 5-star reviews. So if the client is happy with the services provided, they'll click 5 or 4 stars, and then immediately we expose them to the 3 ways that they can post their review publicly for the entire world to see. But if their experience was not quite satisfactory and they are clicking 1, 2, or 3 stars, they instead are going to be faced with an opportunity to get the satisfaction that they ultimately require. So that's where we present them with a form that encourages them to reach out directly to the business owner for a private conversation to get their questions or issues resolved. This gives them the opportunity to actually have a good experience and the business owner the opportunity to make things right and to hopefully turn them into a 4- or 5-star reviewer. Very, very powerful feature. This entire solution, which is 2-part, review collection, review monitoring / notification, you can sell to your client for any price you want. Your cost is $14.99 per client per month. You can easily sell this service from anywhere from $39 a month to $199 per month. It's literally a wide open field in terms of what you want to charge. The nice thing is that we give you marketing material that will help you sell this easier, and we also allow you to generate a free sample report so you can show exactly what you're going to be offering your client before you ask for money. Again, we're all about show and sell. If you can show someone what they're going to get before they give you $1, you have a much higher closing percentage than if you have to make your client imagine what they're going to be getting from you. So this is a huge, huge asset for you to be able to sell this service on top of your web design monthly fee very quickly. And by the way, you can of course charge your customers for the reputation management from within the dashboard along with their web hosting fees. So instead of signing them up for the $4.99 and $49 a month package, maybe you're setting them up for the $149 a month package, which includes reputation management. So all this again done right from the dashboard, credit card, all that stuff is done 1, 2, 3. All right. I think we might have gotten to the end of the questions, and even if we haven't, quite honestly, we're about at our time here. I'll allow one more question. If it's really kick butt, we'll answer it. If it's quick, I'll answer it. I should really say that. If it's quick, we'll answer it. Anything that you don't see answered, or if I didn't answer your question or whatever, you know how to get in touch with us. You likely have been assigned a sales rep that has been in touch with you. You can reach out, call, email, text, whatever you want. We're happy to get your questions answered so that you have everything you need before you make a buying decision. I didn't see anything pop up in the 20 seconds I gave you, so I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys so much for putting up with the weird technology issues we had today. Thanks so much for being a part of this. Have a great rest of the day, rest of the week, and we hope to see you soon. Take care, everybody.